Hi, I'm Joy. This is episode 16 of our Condo Community EV Charger project. A month ago, I shared an update that construction had begun to upgrade our electricity grid to support the installation of 4 Blink Level 2 EV chargers for our condo community. Now, a month later, in July 2025, where are we now? At the end of last video, I shared that we couldn't get in touch with Blink Charging to plan for onboarding of our chargers as the onboarding team wasn't responding to us. After that video, I took it to X, tagging them as the last resort, trying to get Blink's attention. They replied to my DM and got in touch with our office manager, and they are now in communication. So, lesson learned: when all communications fail, blast it on social media publicly, and they will respond. So, what has happened since then? I am happy to report that as of June 27th, the fencing has been removed from the area, and the site was released back to us. The meters are enclosed and locked. The conduits for EV chargers are pulled and ready. The general contractor has put up signs for the ADA spaces along with painting those spots as well. We were told on June 30th that SCE is now in the process of energizing the site to supply power. This process could take 6 to 8 weeks. Once they tell us that the site has been energized, that's when we can go ahead and get the chargers installed. Pretty exciting, right? In the meantime, we did a call into the community for residents to join our EV committee and discuss rules pertaining to the spaces and use of chargers. We sent an email to everyone and formed a 5-person EV committee, including myself. As the head of the committee, I did not set a preference on those who already owned EVs, but kept it open to anyone who is interested in this matter, because I wanted to hear from those who might be affected by this new addition to our community. I want to ensure that non-EV residents feel included in this project to minimize any potential pushbacks and work out any issues they may raise. I'm proud to say that we formed a very balanced committee that included Tesla and EV drivers, gas car drivers, residents who live next to the chargers, and those who have ADA needs. While the site was under construction, I held a Zoom meeting with the committee members, answered their questions, heard their input, and worked together on charging and parking rules for these spaces. Then I presented these rules to our board during our monthly HOA meeting, answered additional questions from the board, and they were conditionally approved pending EV charger installation. So, the rules that we came up are: number 1, EV-only parking enforcement. We will post signs plus paint spaces with EV charging only signage to discourage non-EV parking in those spaces. 2, 4-hour charging session limit during normal hours. 3, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. overnight charging allowed. 4, an idle fee of $1 per minute with a 15-minute grace period to unplug after charging is completed. 5, enable the Blink Charger waiting queue feature if all stalls are occupied. 6, post Blink app instruction on our community website. 7, standard J1772 adapter will be needed for these Blink chargers at owner's own expense. 8, we will discuss charging rates once we know SCE's rate to us. The committee reached consensus that these are fair use rules for the EV charger spaces that will work for our community. We agreed that we could test them out for a few months and adjust these rules according to user feedback. A question was raised during our committee meeting about the ADA spaces because the signs are pretty confusing. After much research, I learned that in California, spaces marked for EV charging purpose are not classified as regular parking spaces, even if a space has an ADA sign on it. By law, we must provide ADA spaces for EV drivers who need accommodation, but those ADA spaces are not for ADA gas cars parking, nor for ADA EV parking without active charging. EV charging takes priority in all those spaces. A non-ADA EV can charge in those ADA designated spaces if all other spots are taken by active charging EVs. It's just when an ADA EV driver pulls up, then that ADA EV has priority over non-ADA EV, and the driver would need to yield to the ADA EV driver. We wanted to make this clear to the community so these spaces would not be occupied by gas cars or non-active charging EVs. Furthermore, we requested that clear signs be put up at these spaces stating that non-charging vehicles parked there will be towed away. I also shared an example of a bold, visible painted sign on the ground that clearly indicates a spot is designated for EV charging only. Our office manager has ordered these signs from Amazon and given the paint example to our maintenance crew. As soon as the chargers are installed and before coming online, these will be in place. Of course, we are well aware that some people will simply ignore these signs, but our hope is that by imposing strict rules from the start, people will be deterred from abusing these charging spots. So now we wait for SCE to energize the site, which could be as soon as mid-August or early September. After that, we will install the chargers and work with Blink to get these chargers commissioned. My conservative estimate is that we should have these chargers online and operational by the end of September. Fingers crossed. Thank you for watching this update and trekking with me on this 4-year journey. I hope this video has provided valuable information to those who are going through a similar journey with their HOA. I will see you in the next video, and God bless you.